So what we're doing is we're trading the wealth charts account, and I'm waiting for this to go down. We're going to find out, and this is the opening. And so what occurred is that we got this big candle here, and we're going to find out if it goes down further. But if it starts to go up, we're going to have to get out, and I'm going to try to work with a $10 loss here is what's going to happen here. Okay? Okay, so we're going to flatten the account here pretty soon. Because we're going to see if this holds. Because it's not about making the money, it's about where you're at on the chart. And should you be even here. Okay, we're going to flatten that now. And we're going to exit there. Okay, and that's it. So, when we see this, that's at least $8 per unit here. So that's $160 made across all of these accounts. And yep, it looks like it's going to keep dropping, but why would we want to keep doing the same thing here? And the reason why I'm making that statement is because usually it turns around. And when it turns around and you find yourself on the wrong side of the opening, then you just simply go into recover mode. And because it can be so volatile, people lose their accounts all the time, I would think, on the opening. See, the issue is that emotions start to come into play with this. When you see these candles, they're just going up and down, and then you just start to chase a move here, okay? And yep, it looks like it's going down further, and yes, I could have entered, and yes, it would have went down, but that's called, looking at it in hindsight. Now, wealth charts gives us an opportunity to have a trade copier, which is simple, easy to use, and then they have a really nice layout here. Now, one of the things that I like to do is, and I guess everybody likes to do it from time to time, is you can click on the button and you can make it full screen, okay? So then we can see what this price action looks like. So I'm looking at this price action from 8:40 on the 11th. This is December 11th, 8:50, 8:40 right here, all the way to the present, which is approximately 9:35 on December 12th. So we can see that we're in a downtrend overall. And this is what is this, a 1 minute chart, I believe? I try to go with a 1 minute. There's a 1 minute chart right now, okay? Now, sometimes what happens is we're looking at these charts and we're thinking, oh, it's just going to go up and down in the 1 minute. But really what has to happen is I'm at least doing it. I'm making judgments on where in this 1 minute chart are we at in relation to the other candles. Okay, so this looks like it could climb. Okay, and yet I've already made my profit for the day is what I'm considering it to be. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about, is there's often like a turnaround, but this could be a fake out, and then it right here, it could just literally drop again, and it looks like it's going to drop if if what we're looking at is true here. But then you say, hey, but Mike, isn't this where it could be turning around at? And that's the nature of the markets, okay? So we're not in the market basically at 9:30. Oh, this is a 5-minute chart here. On the one, not a 1 minute. We're going to change this. I gotta go and look how to do this. Now this is a new. This is me acting as a beta tester for wealth charts, and they have 20 practice accounts here. So what I was looking at here was was actually a 5-minute chart, and I got to determine how to change it to 1 minute. So there says time frame, minutes, 1 minute. Okay. So now switch to the 1 minute. Okay. So here's what they call, I believe it. Like, I don't want to name these indicators because I'm still learning what they are. But it looks like here you have a buy and a sell indicator from here to here. It's saying buy, but when we buy, you're still looking here, and the ideal thing is to see where did this turn at, and it looks like right here. Okay, but it's so, it's not easy to do that. You're only seeing right to here when this happens. Okay, so what I'm finding usually when I'm entering is I'm looking at something like this. Now this reminds me of the Ripster cloud. Okay, and I don't know if it is. Let's hit the plus, right? Alright. Range breaker. Okay, so when you go up here, right, you can get the names of these. This is the champion trend where it says buy. Here's the range breaker, whatever this looks like. Here's the champion cross, okay? And that so what happens is it allows you to see this just as it goes, okay? Alright, so I'm going to so it looks like it's going to go up from here, and this is where I'm going to go down, and I'm going to make sure there's one here, right? And I'm going to buy one. Okay, and 20 of 20 orders have been placed. Okay, and so I'm already down some, but it looks like they're going to change this for the day. We're going to find out, and based on what we're looking at on this chart, I bought at the top, which can be a real problem, but I'm thinking this could be that breakout I'm looking for. And if it's not, then we're just going to get out. Okay, it's just one per. Okay, so it's going to go up above it, looks like. I'm still down $9, okay? So this is what I call a bad fill, okay? And also a bad place on the chart where I bought this. But I'm anticipating that I'm at the low of this going up past these lines here. Like, basically what I'm looking at here is that it looks like buyers were taking over here, and they did, but now they failed, is what happened, okay? Nevertheless, I'm going to hold on to this. And the idea behind holding on to it is I'm looking for this to improve. And of course, this is where one can say, oh, Mike, then you're becoming a bag holder. Now what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to sell here, and I'm going to buy again, and I'm going to make up approximately, it looks like $50 is what I got to make up. Okay. Okay. So when we look at this price action, we're looking for this to go up through here and reach past here again, is what's going to happen. At least that's what we're looking for it to happen. We're looking for this cloud, okay, which they're calling the, what is that called? Let's see here. It's called the Champion Cross. So we're looking for this green to start to happen right here. You see this? It looks like it's going to change over. Okay. And will it? Again, these are potential false moves here. Okay. So it moved past there, and now we're going to go back here, and now we're up $27, right? So we're going to sell the market, I assume. Or is it just going to take off here? I'm going to sell the market, okay? So 20 orders successfully sold, right? Basically, I'm flattening, okay? Let's just flatten. It's more important to say flatten, because if there are any stop losses that you have and take profits, they're going to still be out there if you just say sell, and then they'll execute later as the price passes through those numbers. Okay, so we got out, and what's happening is that didn't break out right there, but it looked like it was, and so couldn't one call that a false breakout? I guess they could. So here we're back down through where we were almost at the open. Like here's 9. Here's 9:30, right? We're passing past the open and going down, okay? So yeah, so they pushed this down at this moment. Over to another. And the question becomes, is this going to go down more? And you know what? Because it is so far down, I'm guessing they're just going to push it down. It's 9:43. So I'm going to sell here perhaps, but there's the but. But I'm hesitant. And the reason is because they could go back up the other way like they are, and this literally could be the fake out right here before it turns over. We don't know 100%, but I'm going to actually buy here, because I'm thinking that this was the taking out of all of these orders that they possibly could before then they start to go up above to here. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten this if this goes down. Okay, so I flattened it because it's 9:45 in the morning, and this is a turnover point where decisions are getting made, where there's a lot of buying and selling here, it looks like, of high volatility is another way of saying it. Higher than what it's been. It's already been pretty good volatility, pretty high. So it looks like they're going to move up through here because they've already taken all of this out. Let me go see what I'm looking at here, right? Okay, if we do this chart like this, right? So here they've taken this out already from here to, if you go back enough, right? What's going to happen is we're going to see somewhere. Okay, so back here, okay, on the 11th, they were already hitting this zone here, right here. Okay, so what happens is they're hitting a high level area of buy and sell orders right here, from here to here. Okay, that's what it looks like. And what's occurring is they moved up already, and now they're in this zone where, are they just going to, do ranging like they did before? Like, this could seriously look like it's ranging, but because we were in that high level of volatility of 930, we could take advantage of that somewhat, and enter into the market. Is this going to just break down again, is the question? So it's always, let me go see if I can look at something else here, right? So do you see where it says, I think it says indicator here somewhere, right? Add indicator. And what I'm looking for is something called the volume by price, or volume profile. And let's see what happens here. Okay, here's all these volumes, right? And they're standard. Negative volume, positive volume, volume plus average, volume oscillator, volume weighted average price, volume weighted moving average. I'm looking for like a profile is what I'm looking for. About positive volume and negative price. Okay, I do like the price volume trend showing. Volume, average, volume oscillator. Okay, let's see what that does for us here. So they're applying it to the charts. So right now we're not, we're not in the market here. Okay, so they're lower level indicators. I knew when they said oscillator that would be the case, but you can see that I want to know what the name of this is. Well, look at this. You can enlarge it. Isn't that great? Awesome. Okay, so we could say that volume's heading down right now, and if it hits this level here, maybe it'll be turning around. But here's a little sub level that it did a little beep on. That was at 926. You can see at 930 it was building up the volume, and then it started to go down, and we took advantage of this up move and down move. Okay. So okay, so that's the positive volume trend, and there's your volume oscillator. Okay, so we're basically ranging here. So when we see volume going up beyond this line here, or this line, we might be able to say, oh look, we're going to be changing. Right now we're heading down, and right here, in the recent past, when we hit this line, it reversed. Okay, so there comes a question of, is this going to reverse right here? Okay, so we're watching for it to reverse or not. So it went past the line, right? And we're looking to see if it's just going to keep going down or not. So it's just going to drop, it looks like, and it's going to drop. When what we call is, okay, here's a good way of looking at it. See this level right here? So we know we're in this area at the bottoms of this range here, from 836 on the 12th to the present time. And here's this time frame again. If I change this to like a 15-minute time frame, just so we can see it better. So what we're always looking for is, of course, this breakout that goes here, right? And you follow the trend, right? Here, it definitely looks like it's going to be going down more, but then there's the but, right? This is why people lose their accounts all the time. You're making this judgment early sometimes, and the key word is early. Oh, it's going to go up. It's as down as it can possibly go, right? Well, we really can't say that 100%. Now, what you can do is they build these boxes here. Let me see if I can see this. I saw this earlier. These boxes. I don't see it anymore. Okay, I have a different one here. Looks like. Here's add this indicator, right? So here are these boxes, and sometimes when you're looking at the market, right, this Darvis box indicator your purpose of this is to actually use it, so that it's being applied now, is to use this Darvis box indicator to see areas of value, okay? Now, what I'm doing often, you see this line here, okay? I don't know what the line is, but it's called the champion trend line, right? And you can use almost any of these indicators that show something that is a level, okay? So you see this here, this shows that it's a level, okay? And the reason why is because here, what was happening was there was a slight range here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minute, 30-minute range, okay? And then they also have this little indicator that shows, hey, this might be a good place to make a buy, but it's always a little late. Then you got to wait until it goes up again, okay? Because it has to print after the truth. So the truth is we were level, right? And then it shows the indicator after the big move up as it's going up. But you still catch then the next line up. You hope. Because here, what we're waiting for, right, is to be told that we're not supposed to be in the trend anymore. And when that happens, it's when you actually see something like this. And the problem you run into, and I've ran into, is I see this, right, and I go, I can't be in here, okay? And yet I stay and I watch it drop. Because I think, oh, maybe it'll behave like this. But if you notice, none of this is behaving that way, because all of the openings are above the cloud here. Here, once the opening is below the cloud, it's definitely time to get out, okay? And then sometimes it's a fake out where you can see that it goes here, then it just goes up again and continues. It doesn't actually show red. It'll go green, stay green, but on the low green, there's just not much between the before it goes down, and then it goes up again, okay? So yeah, that does happen. So we're in this box, right? So it looks like they alternate, the colors. Here's yellow Darvis box. They're saying here, this price action shows that this is a small range, because boxes are nothing more than ranges. Okay. Now this is based on the 5. Okay. When I looked at the parameters, and hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hey Debbie, can you go to Codezonetrading and make sure I'm actually here? You hear me okay? Codezonetrading and type online and let me know. So are we going to break? So the question is always, when do we break out of these boxes? Okay? And sometimes when you break out of the box, there's a big down here and then it went down, Okay. Again, the box print's late, so we're selling, 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 selling. It really sells here. Okay, like you could sell, 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 then get out, right? Sell, 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 get out. But in the meantime, before you wait for this candle, often what's happening is you don't want to wait for the candle. Okay, I mean that's just the nature of the beast. You just don't want to wait for it. Now here, we're literally, it looks like we should do something, right? But did it really break the previous trend? Like, there's some controversy probably in the thinking of this. One could say, hey Mike, it's already going down through the previous trend upward, and it's proving itself that it's going down. Well, we didn't even penetrate the top half of this yet, or the bottom half. For instance, you see this line here? I'd like to say, am I going to be wrong? Let's find out. But the point is, I can almost guarantee that right around here, there's going to be a Darvis box being drawn. Okay, so you see the Darvis box being drawn here with this line, and here. So now there's going to be another one here as this drops. Okay, and I'm tempted to just buy, but there's a but. But if I do so, get this, if I do so and I'm proven wrong and this changes here, we run, it's like saying, how good are you at changing your mind? Because if it starts to go up, which it could possibly do, okay, because what we're looking at is we're at highs, of recent highs from November 4th, the first week of November here, okay? And what we're looking at is this could just simply be a little dip before it goes up again. For instance, just like this. See, they're getting smaller and smaller, and then you get this big large one. Maybe it's going to now change and just go up higher, maybe. Okay? So what we're going to do is change the time frame again, and we're going to look at the daily, don't you think? So here's the daily time frame on this. Okay? So if the daily has anything to do with it, we're looking at the idea that this should be, that this has been going up. Okay? I don't know if I can change yeah, there we go. Okay, move that all around. So on the day, we're going down for the day after yesterday's up, right? So this could probably, I can almost say this is going to be either looking at past action. We're entering into this cloud right here, right? It's not this, okay? It's something like this, and then it went up, right? Okay, it's something like this, and then it went up, okay? And just because this is red now doesn't mean this won't be green later. This could literally be up through here as they try to approach the 22.5 mark at some point, but we're far enough away yet from that. A more easier thing to say would be like the 700 or something, whatever. If it moves 200, maybe 900, close to 900. So I'm going to call it somewhere in the 8s today if it goes up. Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's trying to move up. I'm guessing. So what we're going to do is change this time frame back to the minute. They don't have a custom time frame. We could do 30 seconds, right? But when you're looking at this, often a minute is good enough, okay? So it's crossing over, so I'm going to take this, okay? I'm going to buy, and then we're going to see if it drops and then goes back up again, okay? And when I do this, I'm looking for this to you know, we're at the top of the top almost here recently, and we might just end up failing. But I failed to look at the time. It's 10 o'clock. I should have waited till about 10:05 for this, but now I'm in it. And we're going to see how this works. So this is a time when it looks like this. I might sell and rebuy this. Okay. So I think I'm going to flatten this. Okay. And then I'm going to buy this again. And I'm only going to do this once. Now this is where you can get into trouble with this dollar cost averaging if you keep just buying as it goes down and you just keep trying to catch the move, the change in price action. So if we fail here, we fail, and I'm just going to just get out and wait again. Okay. Okay, we'll do that, right? So I'm going to reprint. All right, let's get this over here. So it did fail. It went down. Okay. And the question becomes: is it going to, you know, stay going down? So when you're only with one, you know, one of these, you know, I'm down $11, right? I'm not really, because it's just one, you know, it's not that I'm not concerned, but I'd be more concerned if I would have had 5. This is just one micro here. And the point is, we're already down $22. It's down $400 in all these accounts at this point. Okay? So that was a fake breakout that I was trying to take advantage of, but then it proved me wrong, and it's an example of not getting out when, hey, maybe, you know, definitely should have gotten out. But if you ride this, what will happen is we're already at the low almost, and they literally take it back up. And if you start chasing this up and down by entering and exiting, you end up losing your account. Been there many times. So it's better just to hold this. They've already proven that they've gone up, okay? And so I'm waiting for it to just simply go up again. But then you run the risk of becoming a bag holder. So the question becomes, do I just get out for good here and then just wait for a better trading day later? You know, the answer is probably yeah. Okay, but it's going back up. I'm not chasing it. We're only $1 off now, $3 off. And is it going, you know, to what we're doing here, right? When you see this, we still have from here to travel, and it'll be in positive range. This is where I bought this at, somewhere around here, okay? But I bought it originally here. Then remember I resold it and then bought right here, anticipating that it would go up again, and it did. But this is where you got to get out, because often it'll go down again. But it is 10:04, and it looks like the bulls are taking over. So, okay, so there's that 15, 13. So I'm going to just flatten this account at 12. Okay, and I'm going to, exit there. Okay. So I got out at the top, and the question, of this previous candle here. Okay. See this candle? So we entered here somewhere around here, anticipating that was going to go up, right? It was over here. Okay. Then it went down, down, down. So I got out and bought like about right here, and then it kept going down. But then I'm anticipating that it would go up. Okay, because you've got all this price action that shows that. Now, the question is this going to break out this time? And I think it will, okay? So I'm going to do this again. I'm buying again and buying again, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is because it's 10:05 and the bulls are trying to break out, and we're going to see indeed what are they going to do here. And if they don't, then I need to just get out. Okay, so I'm needing to flatten my account here pretty soon. Am I going to be able to get out in time? Okay, it didn't move enough. Now the question becomes, do I wait for this to hold and maybe lose? Okay. So this one I'm just going to hold, okay? I'm going to hold it because I'm anticipating what's going to happen at 10:10. And my goal is that, obviously everybody's goal is that it's going in the direction I want it to be going in. We don't want to be like that. Okay, we're going to watch that. Hey, Debbie, does the code zone, does it look, can you hear me talking on code zone?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can hear me talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
It worked good.
All right.
I paused it, but you
It's fine.
You were the first one up.
Yeah, that's a positive thing. All right, so here we're waiting for this price action to go in our favor, and we're anticipating that it will. I bought this at 21,683. So we bought it right there. It shows it right there on the chart. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this right now. And I'm going to do this. Now this is one instance where I'm about ready to be done for the day. I'm buying two, okay, this time. And I don't want to be doing more than that. Okay, and I'm anticipating that this is going to go up through here at some point. And if I'm wrong, then it becomes a loss, and then we're just going to be done and then move on. Wow. There's a 30% threshold there. I guess it was a total. So I'm going to be lost here. Is what it's going to look like. Okay, so at 10:10 it looks like it's really going down is what's happening here. So this is losing $90 per account at this point. So that's like $1,800 lost between 20 accounts. Crazy, right? But we're at the low, I hope. And that's the thing, we're making these judgments. I hate to use the word hope, but we are where we are, so to speak. And what it becomes is, I've often waited through these, and as it goes back up through again, and it just becomes so aggravating when you think like, oh, what do? I'm just going to start chasing it, right? But we're as low as we probably are going to be, but I just cannot keep tolerating it. You know what? I'm wrong to say that. This is going down now. This is what it looks like. So I want to know if this is going to be, going up, and we just don't know at this point. Okay, at this point, I'm going to flatten this. And I'm going to actually sell two. Okay? And I'm going to add one more to it. Because that's a pretty hard sell there, and I think we're going to break down through. Okay? I'm going to add two more, and that'll be the limit. Okay? So I've got 5 micros I'm working with here. Okay? And my anticipation is this is going to go, this will go down, one more down here, and then we're going to get out and call it done. Because it looks like the bears definitely are in control here. So it looks like the bulls took over there for a moment. We're going to see if that's indeed the case. So is this going to be a turnaround, is a question? Or is it actually going to collapse again? So what we're doing is we're looking at this is like the pullback up. I guess it can be considered that before it drops again, and we're going to find out if the truth is what the truth is. Okay, so it looks like it might drop through here. We're going to find out. So what we're looking at here, right, is when we do this, and now I think I'm on the 5-minute map here. Okay, so we've broken through the previous Darvis box here, one of them, right, and that was that was formed at 836. Okay, that level, and then what we're doing is let's get to make sure our time frame is 1 minute for now. Guess I am on 1 minute. Okay. So this is going back up again, so I need to go back. So basically we're ranging inside this other box here. Okay. And I'm looking to see. So we had some price action that shows up about right here, right? This is like 9:30 on the 11th. Okay. All right, we're gonna go back to where we were. All right, so it looks like we're going to go back up through. We're going to flatten here. We're going to put 5 here again. We're going to put 10 here. Will allow us to do 10. All right. That sounds like us, Debbie. Okay, so we're having a breakout going to the upside now. Okay. And I'm now going to flatten this. Okay. I'm going to flatten this. And then what's happening is I'm just going to go to 1 again, and I'm going to go buy. Okay? So the important part here is you're going to learn when you recover that you saw me put an extra 5 there for 10, and it's because what I was looking at was a super strong recovery going up through this cloud here. Okay? And now that's up through the cloud, the question becomes: is this now the start of a trend, to the upside? And it is 1020. Okay, so the answer is maybe. So we're going to break up through here, it looks like. I guess. We're going to find out if we're going to break up through. And here I'm going to do 4 more. Okay. And the reason I did that is because I'm anticipating this is going to go back up through here again. Okay. And then I'm going to call it done for the day. We have other things to do, so to speak. Okay, so we're above. Okay, so they're ranging. And then we're going to flatten the account here in just a moment. The next, like at 9:22 or thereabout, we're looking now at flatten the account. Okay, flatten the account with 22. Okay, so we're calling that done. And yep, it might be going up, but guess what? I'm just done. I could be telling a story about that. I could buy one, right? Buy one. But here's where now in my mind, my thinking right now is it's 10:22, no matter what, right? It's like time to quit, because what's going to happen is you could spend your whole day doing this, and I've done it many a time where I've been on this computer for like up to 15 hours a day trying to learn all I can about price action and doing what I'm doing, okay? And then what happens is the amount of hours that you spend, it becomes a real chore against any other things that you're trying to do. So it's really easy to get so involved with what you're doing here. Okay, so that's it with that. I'm going to call that good, even though it's breaking out. Okay, I flattened my position. All right, guys, so now what you're going to do is show, like, if you have a trading journal, what you're going to do is take these trades and put them into your trading journal, okay? So what we have here, just looking at this, right? So for some of you, you might want to just stay in this, right? But it's not about staying in it. It's about, did you make money, okay? And so the concern becomes always that, maybe you've heard the saying, you overstayed your welcome. You've overstayed your welcome when you are, when you recovered, and then you have to recover again. Are you kidding? How many times do you think you can recover before, it eats you alive, So it becomes a real problem. Let me see where I'm at with this. Now I'm trying to learn how to do this still. So what did I do yesterday to make this work, where I could then see this? So I'm going to make this larger now, okay? It says all accounts. Let's see where I'm at with this. Orders, all accounts, okay? History. Nothing's showing their accounts, okay. So I'm down $100 in every one of these accounts. That sucks. Okay, so now I do want to recover. I did not realize that I was that far off. Okay, so I'm going to try and recover like $150. Okay, yeah, I thought I was done. Alright, so to do that, right, it's as simple as me putting in 5, I'm going to buy, and I'm going to hold. Okay? Because we're proving that we're in an uptrend now, okay, and we just have to hold through the downs and the ups while this goes, past 150, okay. And I'm trying to stay at 5 because I'm trying to reduce my risk as it goes down, as I wait for it to go up. Funny, right? So I might have to wait for like 2 of these downtrends in order to get to the 150. So that's pretty funny where we're talking about, holding for overstaying your welcome. See, and here I was thinking I was up, and I just wasn't. Okay? So I'm going to flatten here, and this is an instance where I'm going to actually do 20 and buy, okay? Because I absolutely anticipated this was going to go up here. But I got to hold this now. Ha ha ha. Fun and games, right? You got to hold it. So I'm not going to do too much talking, I'm just going to do thinking. Because that's the way it has to work.
Barbara's here with husband Dave, looking to cover these vehicles. Found these 2 sticks and made this cross so that we could mark them where Ron's last adventure was. Because Ron obviously went on the ultimate adventure. He took his RV down the trail that he barely walked down. He took his key out this trail, got himself in a real pickle. He went out with the love of his life on a wild adventure. So this, Barb made for him. He went to the right there by the tree where his Kia was stuck. So forever be known as Ron's spot.
Are you crying?
You still win.
Yeah, I'm recovering. We won't be these people, and neither will Craig. Okay? And if we are, well, that'll be a surprise. Oh.
So get the car started, fuel in it, get the battery, start right up. Obviously they were living in here for a number of days. Obviously we passed away in there, so whatever happened then. So dealing with some potential biohazard type of materials that are in
So he
essentially what happened was search and rescue showed up the day after Ron died. So he had been in the car deceased for about 26 hours by the time search and rescue found him and was able to rescue him. They were able to airlift Beverly to Reno. Family members met her there. Fast forward to the email that I get on like April 6th or 7th from a guy named Jeff Mills. I don't check all my emails, but if it says something about recovery, I'll jump in there and look at it. And it says, hey, here's the story, here's what happened, here's...
All right, so that's the first one where it went up,
The story hit you pretty hard, obviously.
and then I may have to anticipate this going down through here again before it goes up again.
I guess one of the problems was
You know, down through this candle again.
go up that far of an
And
area.
it might even drop to this candle.
Recovery, and also there wasn't money from the family or anything like that was available to pay somebody for some crazy expedition. So it was a perfect opportunity for us to jump in and say, yeah, we're in Salt Lake, which is like a 12-hour drive away from what we're talking about. We might be able to pull this off using some resources, pulling from Reno and then home and then flying out there. Show it off!
It's a really cool Jeep, actually.
Okay, so I'm anticipating this is going to bounce up, but this is where it could bounce down. That's the way these things work, is like when it looks perfect, then they go the other way, because it's like, hey, everyone's going to enter here, let's go the other way. You know, whatever it is. And then we'll take it later, in another 3 minutes. So sometimes you just need that patience, you know. Then we're guessing, like, you know, what are they going to do right here? Because this is a point right here of change. Okay, it looks like they're going to go down. Or are they? You know, it's 10:33 right now. So they're about ready to, the market's about ready to make the move. And then you have to have that patience to wait for it to go back up through again.
Yeah, no, this is amazing. So we got the vehicles out, RV's out, running good, all tires are good. It's actually running great. The Kia is on the trailer, that's running good. Right now we're just kind of regrouping, cleaning up, and heading back to the airport. About an hour away from Tampa right now, and then it's just, you know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Successful recovery, and the sun hasn't even gone down yet. That's pretty amazing. And it's amazing because
Okay.
we have an amazing group of people. This
So
wasn't
what I'm
just
going to
cool,
do right now
the fact that we were
is
able
I'm going to
find this
flatten
guy
this.
airport here in the middle of nowhere. That puts us
Okay.
closer to recovery. And then we had Josh, who works for us, obviously, gathered his whole gang of people from Reno. Apparently, if you get in trouble in Reno, just call him, because he had Dave and Barb and meatball sandwiches and Jared and Chris, the guy who owns this truck, just like literally just everybody just opened up the floodgates of help to help us get the RV.
And then the question becomes, are they going to go continue to knock this down through?
Everything is successfully down. RV's running good. The Kia is running fine. We just got the trailer just because it's easier to do than the car dolly. And the car dolly we pull back separately. From there, I believe the Kia is going to go to like a disaster like cleanup place to be able to kind of like sanitize and clean out all the funk that's in there. The RV is really not that bad of shape. Just needs to be cleaned up.
Okay.
Through because remember Beverly.
Now this is just literally over trading right here.
In that because she can't fly, so it's gotta be perfect. So we gave her a full tank of fuel. Jared's gonna be hot rod that baby home. Hey, she hauled, man. She bogies. So, and then from there, me and the boys and Mike and pilots and the whole gang here have loaded up the pickup truck, as you can see. That's like a lot of tools. That's not just when Mike's like, hey, how much?
Let's see how far we are off from this.
100 pounds of tools. It's like 400 pounds of tools. But the pilot's can handle it because it's an amazing aircraft. So with that said, thank you for joining us. Enjoy. Stay tuned for the next one. Long story short, we put together this logistical
I'm almost off. So we're going to get out here, and then however it is how it's going to be. Alright, I'm going to flatten out there. And then I'm going to put 5 here, behind 5. Okay? We're going to see if this holds going up here. And we're going to flatten this out coming up. Flatten again. Okay? Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look to see we're going to see where we're at with this. Paper portfolio. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. History, is it? Orders, accounts. Okay, we have to make this a little bigger. Okay, so now we're up. Do you see earlier we were up, we were down $135 in every account? Well, now we're up about $600 in every account, okay? So we have a total of $12,886, okay? And so what I did was what I did, okay? Meaning, if you read the market correctly, and I'm reading the market not by luck to get this, but at the same time, I'm first attempting to make sure that when I make my decision to enter, especially with the large size, that I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Okay, it's along the same lines of you enter one micro, and then you go, hey, what is the market doing with this one micro for the last 30 minutes or so? So what's occurred here is I had about an hour from 9:30 to anticipate like where we at with that little bit of a breakout that was getting ready to go. Okay, so and the thing is, if I would have been up with just $135, I would have just stopped right there and been done with it. Okay, but I wasn't. So then I made the decision to do 20 and then to do 40, and making that decision is something that I would never ever say to you that that's something you should do, okay, when you're not sure what you're doing. And the reason for that is because as I've done this for a couple years, I've been able to anticipate my threshold bar where I'm going to lose it, meaning where I'm just going to start chasing the market. And so if you're in that position now, you got to know that you will improve and that it will get to a point where you're able to look at this and you're able to say, hey, I'm going to do it, or hey, I'm not going to bother. Okay, like you become a bit detached from it. I still remember just seeing the candles just going up and down like crazy at the opening, and then thinking, oh, I've just got to do it. Oh, I just got to enter. Oh. And we've all been there, right? And for you being there right now, don't worry about it. In the sense of, give yourself patience. Let yourself relax. You sometimes hear people say, oh, just go away from the market for a while. That's true. When you go away, then you come back, then you feel like, well, I've been away for the last week or two or whatever, right? And then you're like, oh, this just doesn't feel as important to me right now. I can just see what the price action is going to do. Okay, now I'm going to enter, you could say, okay? And so I'm doing that with one micro, and then I'm trying to be ready for if I'm needing to recover, what do I need to do to recover? I really thought I was up, okay? And I just wasn't. So at this point, it looks like it could go, continue to go up, but just because it can doesn't mean that we should, because you've got the volatility, the intra-candle volatility, let's say on the 5-minute, and it starts to wear on your decision making and your resolve to do what's right. Okay, so I'm calling that done. And I got to tell you, luck always plays a part in this. Okay, luck always plays a part. And what we're doing consistently is learning how we can take advantage when luck is a little bit on our side. And that's called, probability. So yeah, and the other thing too is for a while I thought, am I gambling here? And I kept thinking, but I'm on purpose attempting to follow a strategy. And that's another thing that's happening. You can be following a strategy, right? And what will occur is you fail to follow the strategy, and then you can feel like a loser. You can feel like, it's just not happening. And then what happens is later on, the actual strategy that you were trying to follow, what you learn is that the strategy that's printing, like some of you have software that shows, enter here. It's always, it by the nature of it, it's always a candle late, okay? So what I've been learning to do is find areas of high probability where I'm like this, hey, that's a candle or two from now, that's possibly where it's going to be this A plus setup. I'm trying to enter before the A plus setup just happens, is what's happening. And sometimes that takes about 5 to 7 minutes before it actually happens. So I'm entering, so what you saw me do is when I started entering with size, I saw that I was at the top of the range almost, and then I thought, well, I'm going to enter with the 5, I'm going to enter with the 10. Okay, it looks like it's going to really jump up over. I'm going to enter with the 20, I'm going to enter with the 40. So there is a real planned thinking based on me watching price action. And I'm watching wealth charts, but ultimately for me what works is I'm watching not only wealth charts, but I'm comparing my wealth charts chart to other charts, like whether it be TradingView, TrendSpider, or just a naked chart. Alright, so what we're going to do is call it done for the day. I can guarantee you that I will be not trading the rest of the day, and then we're going to move on, tomorrow. And what will tomorrow hold? It's like what, Friday tomorrow? And so what we often find on a Friday is it's like your make or break day. It's either like this crazy price action that's going up, or they're gonna just literally take you for a ride. The other thing too is I'm always trying to look at the U.S. economic calendar. Now Apex, I believe, says something along that's part of your normal strategy. You can trade the calendar, but I'm not sure about that. Anyway, I could have failed doing that. Because I didn't look at it, okay? But yeah, everything was at 8:30, okay? So I'm assuming I was okay with that. Nevertheless, it's an eval account too, but you got to prep yourself for trading like it's a real account. Okay, guys. With that said, we're done. Talk to y'all.